Welcome back. Now we are going to discuss about singleton design pattern. Okay, so in this video we are going to target how to create singleton design pattern in Java. Okay, using eager initialization. Okay, so for a singleton design pattern we can do lot of way. I will tell you each and every video clearly what is the purpose of that and why we are creating this singleton, the eager, why we are doing, and when we will do for a lazy, and all the steps I will tell you. Okay, so now what is basically singleton design pattern? So allow to create only one instance for a class in a project. For example, you are having a project, right? So you want to create only one instance for the whole project. Okay, for example, the JDBC data source, as I told in the earlier video. So in the JDBC, right, for the whole object, only one time you will connect. At the type of application boot time only you will do the JDBC connectivity. Other all times you will just do the query part, fetching from the table or inserting into table or deleting from the table. So you will do the activities only, right? The connection happened only once. So whenever you are doing activities, you are using that instance, the connected instance, and you are doing the insert or select, whatever it may be. So you are using that only one instance, right? So hope you understood what is singleton design pattern, right? So if you come into different usages, as I told, so the singleton design pattern, so we can create in normal eager way, otherwise lazy way. Then why we will go for a synchronized method? Okay, creating singleton design pattern using synchronized. Why will go for synchronized block? Why will go for serialization concept? And why clonable? Why reflection? And why enum? I will tell you each and every one. Okay. Now in this video, let's target the first one, eager. What is the purpose of singleton eager? How we can create a singleton design pattern basically, right? Let's jump into Eclipse. Okay, so let me open my Eclipse. Okay, so let me create a new package for a singleton design pattern. Each pattern I will create a new package so that it will be very understandable for us, right? Take plus blocks dot design pattern dot. Let's go as of now with singleton, right? So we are going to discuss about singleton here. Okay, so let me create a new class. Okay, so let's give the name as eager singleton design pattern. Singleton design pattern eager. Okay, let's go like this. Okay, so I'm going to create a singleton design pattern. Okay, so let me like this. This is very understandable, right? Eager singleton design pattern, so that when more classes are coming, it will be easily understandable. Okay, so eager single. Let's finish this. Okay, so how I can make sure this class is right? So okay, so before that, what basically I will do? Okay, so like this, let it be. Now I'm going to create a class, right? So the class name, let me give it as a sample. Okay, let's go with JDBC connection, right? So this is one of the class, right? So this is the public class. Don't worry about it. If you are Java developer, you know very clear, right? So this is the main class. I mean public class. This is a subclass what I am creating inside the file. Okay, so this is also again one of the class. Okay, so to make it clear, let me go like this. Let me create a new class here itself. Okay, so JDBC util. Let's go with this. Okay, so this will be very useful for us. JDBC util. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, so eager singleton design pattern. Like so this is what I'm going to change this file name. Okay, singleton design pattern test. okay, main. Okay, so this is what I'm going to run every time. Let's finish this. Okay, so JDBC util, right? So eager. Okay, okay, so now I have a, what is that? I have a JDBC util. Okay, no need of eager as well. Let's remove that. JDBC util. Okay, I have a JDBC util, right? So I need to allow this JDBC util to create a object. I mean, from this class to, I need to create an object for JDBC util. So that should give the only one instance if I call multiple times as well, right? So basically what will happen for JDBC is there. Okay, let's go here and let me write the main method here. Okay, so let me write a main method. Okay, so I want to call JDBC util, right? So what basically will do? JDBC util, again I'll give the some object name, right? JDBC util equal to new util of, right? So this is what we'll do basically. So what here, while creating object, what will happen? Actually basically it will have the one constructor, right? So public, like JDBC util. Let me create the constructor so that it will be very understandable. I'm going to write the one println. Okay, so let me add the sysout object created. Okay, so let me save this. So if I am trying to create two times, okay, so the first one is, let me keep it as 1, and second one is, so first one let me call it as a obj1, second one let me call it as a obj2. If I run this main class, how many times it basically it will create? It has to create 2 times, right? So if you see that, so 2 times this object was created. So because of that, the pattern is called the 2 times constructor, right? I need to avoid this. How I can do basically? Okay, to make sure, okay, so it have couple of steps to achieve that. Okay, the step 1, okay, so don't allow other classes to call a public constructor. Let me keep it as a private. Okay, so I just made it as a private. So now this guy cannot able to call it, it don't have visibility, right? So as I changed as a private. Okay, so how can I give the then object to the class when the class is calling? I'm going to create one static method. Okay, so I'm going to create one static method which will give the object of this class. When people want the object, let them call this this class. Okay, let me give the name as get object. Okay, so what I'll do here, let me return that. Okay, let me return the, what is that, new JDBC util. Let me return like this, right? So what basically will happen now, how people can call this? So instead of doing this, as that is a static method, right? So as that is a static method, they can directly JDBC util dot get object, like that they can call. Okay, so still will it give now how many times it will get created? Only once or 2 times? Let's see that. Okay, obviously 2 times. So what happened? Because every time I'm cloning the new, I'm just copying the, I'm creating the new object, I'm sending. I don't want to do this, right? So what I'm going to do basically, I'm going to create a static. Okay, I'm going to create the object as a static. So what I'm going to do, JDBC. So let me give it here, JDBC obj. Okay, so equal to new JDBC util. So I created the object. So whenever people are trying to call that, let just return this. Okay, now what will happen whenever the class is getting created? So automatically class is loading, so object was getting created. So that object, every time I'm just passing it whenever people are calling, right? So first time obviously it will create, it will come and return that. Second time if it is coming again, the old object only will get returned. It will not go and create a object newly whenever people are hitting second time, right? So hope you understood, right, how basically it is happening. So there is two step we need to maintain it out. Okay, so the first step it out. So first step, okay, let's step one. What basically we need to do? We need to make the constructor as private. Okay, step two, step one, make the constructor as private. Step two, I'm going to create a static, right? Creating the static object field. Okay, step 3, I'm going to create a static method where I will return the object. Okay, so this is the steps we can follow, okay, and we can achieve the singleton. Now see, only one instance was created, so how many times? Let me call again. See, only once created, right? So now we achieved that JDBC is not creating multiple objects when for our applications, right? Hope you understood how it is working, right? So thanks for watching. Bye bye. But here one issue is there. Okay, so before closing this session, let me tell you what is the issue, and in the next video I will teach you how to solve that. Okay, so here one drawback is there. Okay, as we are using static keyword, right? As we are using static keyword, okay, to create the object, right? To create the object, we are using the static keyword. So when this class is loaded, object has been created globally, right? So when this class is loaded, the object was created globally. So if you are not using this object also, memory was allocated, right? So basically if you are not going to create using this JDBC util itself in your application, but again it's a waste of memory, right? So because the memory was allocated globally, object was created globally and it was available globally, so the memory was wasted, right? So to avoid that, we have to go for a lazy initialization. This is the eager, but we need to go for lazy initialization. In the next video I will tell you how to do the lazy initialization in the singleton design patterns. Okay, hope you understood. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.